Tomorrow morning, Richard Djerf will face the ultimate punishment, will be the second Arizona inmate to be executed this year.
12 News journalist Craig Harris will be covering that execution for us. Craig.
Good evening. At 10 a.m. tomorrow, Richard It was 1993, and Richard Djerf wanted revenge for a petty theft. Court records show he was frustrated with police after Albert Luna Jr. stole several items from his apartment. Djerf in September went to the Luna family home in Phoenix. He pretended to be delivering flowers. After barging in with a gun, he tortured and killed 4 family members of the Luna family: Patricia and Albert Sr., 18-year-old Rochelle, 5-year-old Damien. Djerf in 1995 pleaded guilty to all 4 murders. The next year, sentenced to death. After 3 decades on death row, Djerf apologized in a letter recently provided to the Arizona Republic. He wrote he brutally murdered 4 innocent people in a cruel, heinous, and depraved manner. He said he was sorry for the harm caused to Albert Jr. The two once were friends while working as night custodians at a Safeway. Albert Jr. declined to comment for the story. Djerf said he does not want clemency. Friday's execution is the second this year in Arizona. It is also one of several in the past weeks across the country.
We are seeing an unusual week this week with the number of executions. There's no indication that this is a concerted action of coordination by any of the states. I think it is largely a coincidence. It does bring attention back to the death penalty and to the secrecy and the cost and the pain that some of these executions will bring.
That's Robin Marr. She runs the Death Penalty Information Center in Washington, D.C.
Well, Arizona does not have a terrific history with its execution protocols. There is too much secrecy. The public really doesn't understand what's being done in its name. And we've seen a number of very seriously botched executions in the past.
Governor Katie Hobbs had paused executions in 2023 after multiple mismanaged executions. After changes in training, staffing, and procurement of drugs for the lethal injection, executions resumed this year. The Arizona Department of Corrections, Rehabilitation, and Reentry said it's confident in both the quality and quantity of its pentobarbital supply used for the execution. Including Djerf, there are 108 inmates on death row in Arizona. 3 are women. After the execution tomorrow, there will be a media briefing. 12 News will be in Florence throughout the day tomorrow to cover the execution. You can see the coverage on 12 News and 12 Plus. I'm Craig Harris, 12 News.
Yeah, and the woman you talked to was talking about secrecy, and there definitely is secrecy involved in these. The DOC doesn't want the names of the people, the doctors who are actually doing this, to get out. And then they also don't want to identify exactly where these drugs are coming from because there's always blowback. And I think that was the big issue of the last 20 years is people were fighting these companies. They were allowing their drugs to be used for executions. And so they were struggling to get these drugs, Craig.
Yeah, absolutely. But, one thing that is here, it was just different from other states where I've covered executions, where in Indiana, they don't let anybody watch. And so at least here we have media witnesses like yourself, like you watched this one and others, that there is a bit of, to get away from that secrecy, there are media witnesses to see what happened. But yeah, you're right. There are both sides that are on this issue that are dealing with what is actually transparent.
Yeah, and one thing I will say, I witnessed, I think 4 or 5 at this point, but the last one I witnessed just a few months ago was the smoothest one that I had seen with this new drug supplier and how it was all carried out. So I'll be interested to see how it goes tomorrow. So looking forward to your reporting tomorrow on that, Craig. Thank you.
Thanks, Trey.